Hi, YouTube. Everybody say hi, YouTube. Okay, so this is what's happening. Okay, guys.
I'm happening.
Shh, I have to talk.
I'm the amazing person.
I have to talk. You guys, what's happening is today is my 23rd birthday. And you guys are going to find out right now from my speech up on the podium what this is all about. Stop. Okay, get off. Okay.
Get off. I mean, please.
I just want to go.
Okay. Number one rule. Out of the
Okay. Sorry. No one likes me. Everybody shush.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I can't hear you, everybody.
You can hear the rest.
Thank you. You guys, we don't have a microphone for the rest of the night because it sounds very blurry. So please, when someone is up here speaking, let's give them our attention so that they can be heard. And so YouTube can hear us. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So I would like to first of all thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being here, for making it here. It means so much more to me than you guys could ever imagine. So number one, round of applause for you guys. Thank you guys so much for making it. Thank you to the viewers for watching and joining us today. So you guys already know from the description on Facebook what this is all about. Why is it always that table? I'm just kidding. Okay. So today is my 23rd birthday. Thank you guys so much. Okay. Unlike traditional birthdays where people usually receive gifts, today we're going to be turning it around. And instead of receiving gifts, I would like to be the one giving gifts. I have a lot to be thankful for. This year has been a very challenging year for me. And many of you guys have personally helped me get through the things that I had to get through this year. So I need to show you guys that. I feel like I have to show you guys that. I appreciate you guys so much. And the gratitude that I have for you guys is absolutely endless. So that's why I asked you all to please not bring gifts. And instead, we're even going to take it a step further. And instead of me just thanking you guys, I would like to have you guys all pitch in. And we're all going to have a night of blessings and barakah. And inshallah, we're going to help all of humanity. So we have this jar right here that inshallah, we're going to be donating for a very important cause. Depending on how much we make, it could go to refugees, it could go to acid attack victims in England, it could go to acid attack victims in India, it could go to Nabra Hassanen's family, although I believe that, alhamdulillah, they should be taken care of. But you guys get the point. It's going to go to a very good cause. So the idea was, instead of you guys going out and buying a gift for me, you get the same amount that you wanted to use to purchase the gift, and we donate it so that we can all feel like we pitched in to help humanity. We also are having a clothing drop. So you guys already saw the boxes over there. I'm amazed. I'm so amazed. I will show YouTube later, but the boxes are almost full. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So thank you guys again and again for making it. I I'm gonna give you guys a few seconds to set your intentions for the night, because as we know, إنما الأعمال بالنيات, so all of your actions are based on your intentions. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple seconds, close your eyes, set your intentions for the night. We're here to join and just love. We just want this room to be filled with love and compassion and giving and mercy. So please set your intentions for that. Have pure intentions for the night. Few seconds and then we'll get back. Yeah, I'm actually gonna take this part out. Do you want to take it around?
Oh my god, I wish I could do that.
Okay. Let me tell you guys the agenda for the rest of the night. There are a lot more people that we like. I'm not gonna say who they are, but people that need to come, and they're gonna be a little bit late. So we're gonna get started anyway, and if there's anything that they missed, they can watch it on the live video later. So the agenda for today, we're gonna start off with a tribute for Nabra Hassanen. After that, we're gonna have a few speakers speak about giving back, speak about how you cannot possibly be a humanitarian without also caring about the environment. We're gonna break for food and Salat al-Isha, and then we're gonna come back and have raffles and go into the fundraiser, and then we will break the piñata, play some games, do some dabke, and inshallah, it'll be a fun night.
Fun night.
Nabra Hassanen, I mean, honestly, is there anyone in this room that doesn't know who Nabra is?
Me. I'm a small
Okay.
child.
Hold on. Very briefly, very briefly, Nabra Hassanen is a 17-year-old girl. She's a Muslim. She's hijabi. On the 23rd night of Ramadan, it's one of the last 10 nights, and so that's Laylatul Qadr. What could be Laylatul Qadr. So her and her family and friends were out at the masjid in Adam Center in another state, and it was almost time for suhoor, so they went out across the street to IHOP to get suhoor. On their way back, they were a 22-year-old man named Darwin Martinez Torres was in his car. There were over 10 teenagers, visibly Muslim, walking, and so he got out of his car with a baseball bat and started chasing after them, and so they all ran towards the masjid. They ran back towards the Adam Center. Well, they didn't realize it, but one of them didn't make it. She tripped and she fell, and she's Nabra Hassanen. Darwin caught up to her. He beat her unconscious with his baseball bat. He kidnapped her and took her for a short 8-minute drive to a nearby pond in a place called Reston, and he raped her there. He beat her again unconscious because she woke up. He murdered her, and then he dropped her in the pond. The investigation was done by Fairfax County Police Department, and it started at 4 a.m. that morning, and it ended at 3 p.m. when they found her body floating in that pond. They also found Darwin, and they took him into custody. Obviously, crazy story. We've been keeping up with it in the media. Fairfax County Police Department decided to go to Twitter and decided to put out a tweet that said, "We are not, capital N-O-T, investigating this murder as a hate crime." The entire country, the entire nation knows that us as Muslims, we are aching because every single time a crime comes out and it's done by a Muslim, it takes them 0.02 seconds to say terrorist attack. Whereas when a crime is done by a non-Muslim towards a Muslim, all of a sudden it takes forever to investigate, and then once they're into the investigation, they decide, you know what, not only is it not a terrorist attack, It's not even a hate crime. So I don't know about you guys, but when I opened my Twitter and I saw that, I lost it. I truly did. I felt all types of emotions. I was sad, I was mad, I was furious, I wanted justice. I lost my mind. I pulled out my notebook and my pen, this very same one right here actually, and I started writing. And I wrote a piece for her. It explains her story, and it also lets out the emotions that I felt during that day. I would like to recite it to you guys today. Many of you have already heard it, but it tells her story. So inshallah that you guys also feel it tonight. Before I do that though, I'm not the only one that chose to go to take an artistic method and talk about Nabra's story. Rayan Sutkari also did the same thing. And she went out and she recited her poem in front of a large crowd here in Orlando. And when I watched it, I was so proud of her. Rayan Amjad, I was so proud of you. Wallahi. And I asked her if she would be kind enough to recite it for us tonight, and she agreed. So if we can please turn the lights off, we have some candles lit, and we're going to have a proper tribute for Nabra tonight. We're going to have that poem recited by Rayan, and then I'm going to say my spoken word about her, and inshallah say a couple of prayers for her. Woo!
Oh my God. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Here? Like on it? Yeah. Okay. My name is Nayam Sakari, if you guys don't know me, and I like to express my emotions through poetry. And just like Da, we were going through a very emotional stage when all this happened, so I decided to write a really short poem. Sirens wailing, cries deafening, eyes are glaring, this is sickening. Why is all of this happening? All she wanted was a chance, one more time to pray to her Lord. Her hijab, her identity, the killer hadn't ignored. Kids walking to the mosque never knew their friend would suddenly be a loss. Her hijab beautifully enveloping her hair and blessing her with modesty, contouring her blossoming personality and smile, was seen by the killer as vile. Disgusting ignorance infiltrated, rotted his mind, and he made it his mission to have her friends run off, leaving her behind. As this hits home, my tears hit the floor. It's forming an endless puddle. We can't take this hate anymore. Nabra, you deserve life. Now your name will be kept in our prayers forevermore. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. We are to God, and to him we shall return.
Thank you again and again and again to Rayan. I would also like to, before I start mine, I would like to tell Rayan, please don't stop what you're doing. Everything that you do is so inspirational, Amjad, and little girls look up to you. Yeah, they do. So thank you so much for being here. Wish I had a microphone for this, but it's okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It happened too soon. They were out under the light of the moon. Wipe that smile off your face, pop that balloon. This ain't no happy tune. I got a story for you about my sister who was just murdered by a goon, a buffoon, a hateful, racist, Looney Tune. Nabra, this is for you. I don't even know where to begin. Give me a second. 4 a.m., 23rd night of Ramadan. The girls took a break from reciting Quran, had no idea they were about to be preyed upon. He was a merciless beast. She was a delicate fawn. Ah, come on. IHOP is right down the street. Why don't we go and get us something nice to eat? A couple of girls just trekking on their happy feet had no idea they were about to meet their very own defeat. Young Darwin looking for some fresh meat. Next thing you know, she was in his car. Beep, beep. No one knows where they are. A game of hide and seek. Well, later, according to the paper, by the pond is where he killed her. Nabra, surely we're gonna miss ya. We had no idea you were in danger. Just a teenager, hanging around the Adams Center. What started off as a peaceful night transitioned to a murder. Terror. Darwin Martinez Torres, how the hell dare ya? Fairfax, how the hell dare ya? We are not investigating this murder as a hate crime. At this point, there doesn't seem to be indication this was a bias incident. Looks like they got into a dispute over something. A dispute? What a sweet way to put this whole thing on you. I wonder. Same one Dia, Yusr and Razan got into? You said it was over a parking spot. How desperate is you? Our 3 winners were shot. Didn't even make it out of dental school. Same thing happened to Nabra. Our little butterfly was caught. Just a sophomore at South Lakes High School. Didn't even get to spread her wings yet. She was oh so innocent. Just a teen with a dream. Taken away so viciously. I wonder what's going on with Darwin. How is he? Fairfax? Let us know. Are you taking good care of that leech? Yeah, a little girl just died, but I bet you offered him a slice of pie, a cup of tea. How immoral can you be, knowing that he used a baseball bat to beat this girl so animalistically? Father's Day. Man, you did this on Father's Day. Say her name. Nabra, you did not go in vain. They said they found your remains in a pond in Stirling. Oh, Nabra Hassanen, you were just a girl from Reston, victim of abduction, taken to Herndon. We haven't forgotten about you, London. Finsbury Park, stay strong again. Push through, keep fighting. I just can't get over it. Yesterday she was jumping. Now she's resting with thousands of other fallen children. Listen, she was just your typical chip off the old block. Everyone knew her as the girl who always smiled when she talked. Around the mosque she would walk. Donald, I wish you had these things on lock. McDonald, put away your mascot. You just lost a little girl, a sweet little angel. Perhaps you should carry out a vigil. Announce it, make it official, because we can't relieve this cold chill. Can't even sleep anymore without a dose of NyQuil. Her story, the way she was killed, keeps replaying in my head. I'm filled with rage. Let me out of this mental cage. I promise I won't engage in these evil ways, but how could it be that in this day and age, most people ain't even phased like sheep? They just graze, turn the other cheek, only worried about their own days. I'm amazed. On second thought, I'm ashamed. Nabra, we love you, Habibti. And to her friends and family, remember Allah in this calamity. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. I know it happened too soon. But now she's surrounded by Noor. Ya Rab, we turn this over to you. Thank you guys so much. We have two. Thank you so much. We have 2 cards here that are going to be passed around. The cover of this one says loved, honored, remembered. And on the inside, it says wishing you the comfort of knowing your loved one will be a part of you forever. And on the left side of it, I wrote the last part of my spoken word, which was to Nabra's friends and family, remember Allah in this calamity. We're going to pass this around. If everyone can please add their signature to it. We're going to mail it to the Adams Center and ask them to pass it to Nabra's family so they know that people all over the country and all over the world remember her and make dua for her and the family. This one says comfort, tears, strength, and peace. And on the inside it says all things in your own time. We're going to send this one to Finsbury Park Mosque all the way in England because we're in 2017. You know, we hear about things like this. Just because they're in another country doesn't mean that we're not over here also remembering them in our prayers. We are. And we want to let them know that it's just a token of comfort and love because that's what, like I said, tonight is all about. So I'm going to pass both of these along on this clipboard. Please keep it on the clipboard because we're going to mail it and we want it to not be wrinkled or stained or anything. So let me get you guys a pen.
Make sure it's pen like this as well.
Yeah, I think this pen is fine. So we'll start right here, pass it along, and then we'll go from there.
How did you memorize that?
Huh?
How did you memorize that?
I don't know, I wrote it myself, so I So while those cards are going around, no, don't touch. While that card is going around, we're gonna have our first speaker. Like I said earlier, you can't possibly be a humanitarian. You can't call yourself a humanitarian if you don't care about the environment. The two go hand in hand, and I don't think anybody would disagree with that. So our first speaker is Tasneem Maluli. Can be behind the podium or on stage, whatever you prefer. Okay. Oh, let me say one thing before you say that. We're also gonna be, because everyone's been asking about those 3 words. So in this bowl are pins. We're gonna pass it around. Everyone pick up 4 pins and put them on your shirt. The theme for tonight is love and compassion and respect, right? And so money, wow, and any curse words are not allowed. They're not allowed for the rest of the night because money is materialistic. We don't want to be materialistic tonight. We want to focus on love. That's why we're giving back. That's why we're donating clothes to the less fortunate. So money is a no-no word. Wow is also a no-no word because we're trying to get as much Jannah points, as Pri would like to call it, or hasanat. So instead of saying wow, say subhanallah or mashallah. And any curse word because that's self-explanatory, isn't it? So I took that one off.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't match the theme.
That's true.
But what if we want to talk about putting money in the jar?
Well, that's exactly it. There's got to be a trap. Someone has to lose. So everyone starts off with 4 pins. Every time you say one of those words, the person who heard you takes a pin. At the end of the night, the person that has the most pins wins a prize.
I'm just gonna say nothing.
Okay, guys, please sign the card and take the pin silently because Tasneem is about to start. Tasneem is about to start.
Wait, do we got 4 pins? Yes.
Wait.
One here. Oh, I can't put on baby pause.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
I said assalamualaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Tasneem Maluli. I'm with the MSA. I'm the Social Justice Director. I am passionate about seeking justice and about environmental activism. As we fight for the rights of our brothers and sisters all over the world, let's not forget that the earth has rights too. In Islam, Allah gave us this planet as a miracle. This planet is a miracle. Look at the earth, look at the moon, look at the sun. It is in perfect proportion. The distance is perfect. Look at the oceans. Look at all the miracles of the life here on this earth. Allah gave this planet to us as a miracle, and we should treat it as such. It is a blessing from Allah. He could have made this land hard for us to walk upon. He could have made the food inedible. He could have made the water undrinkable. He could have made this whole planet so hard for us to live on, but He made it easy for us. He made the nature so beautiful. He made the fruit so delicious. He made the water so healthy for us. And because of that, the earth is a trust towards us. It is an amana. So as Muslims, we are responsible for taking care of this earth. We are the stewards, the khulafa. And we're the caretakers of this planet. We are responsible for protecting, and defending the life on this earth because all of life is sacred. And the environment that we protect is not separate from us. This environment is not separate from us. We are not apart from nature. We are a part of nature. And recognizing humanity is knowing that the bond that makes us brothers and sisters is also the bond that makes us love for each other what we love for ourselves. It is also the bond that makes us love the planet that we live on and to respect it and to respect the life that is here because we don't know the value of this life. It is infinitely valuable. And I care about climate change because I care about humanity. These two things are not separate from each other. From the famine in Yemen, to the drought in Somalia, to the flooding in Bangladesh, to the heat in Pakistan, to the impure water in Flint, to the gentrification in Miami, it is affecting all of us. So we should all care about this issue. And climate change is an indication that we need to change. Let me tell you something. Seeking climate justice is not about just recycling and all this stuff. It's about power. Are we going to let this cabinet and administration have the power? No, we're not. All right, good. Are we going to let corrupt industries have the power?
No.
Are we going to let oppressive systems have the power?
No.
No, we're not. Because we have the power. We, the people, have the power to make the change. So raise your voice for the voiceless. Defend the frontline communities who are facing climate change at its fullest. Protect the planet that has graced us with its blessings. Because we only have one. It is an incredible thing when people stand together united for freedom, for justice, for the rights of others, fighting for the rights of all life and future generations. So let's do that together. And I want you to ask yourself, what are you going to pass on to the next generations? Are we going to pass on hope? Are we going to pass on a clean environment for them to live in, a healthy environment for them to grow? And these are the things we have to ask ourselves today. So stand up and rise up for justice and for the future generations.
Yeah, I don't know. Thank you so much, Tasneem. Thank you. Where's Tasneem? Can we please have another round of applause for Tasneem Malouli? Our next speaker is Qasim Jawhar.
Yeah.
Qasim, I was gonna introduce him as who he really is, but he personally asked me to introduce him as the greatest. So welcome, the greatest.
Didn't actually mean that, but sure. Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فالمضل له ومن يهد الله فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Indeed, all praise is for Allah. We praise Him, we ask for His help, we beg for His forgiveness. We seek refuge and protection with Allah from the evils of ourselves and from the evil consequences of our sins. Whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guides from the straight path, no force in this universe can misguide him, and whoever Allah misguides, no one can guide them to the straight path. I bear witness that there is no deity, no object worthy of any act of worship except Allah, one without any partners, associates, or equals, and I bear witness that Muhammad ﷺ is his slave and messenger. I came up here with a kind of prepared speech, but I don't seem to have it with me, so I'll just go with what I can think of. So, you know, we're here for Dua's birthday, and as you can see, we're trying to do better for ourselves, and a lot of people just entered ourselves, and you know, for the rest of the world. And something that let me see. Okay. I have it. But as you can see, we're here to give back to humanity, and at first, when I was asked about this, it sounded a lot like one of the mosque's fundraisers, which didn't really sound that appeasing to me. But you know, then I realized that it's actually, mashallah, this is a great idea, and you know, I was thinking about it, and in all reality, there's like two important things in order to really be able to give back to humanity, and one of them is you need to truly understand that what you have, you need to really be thankful for, and that what you have is no matter what it is or what you don't have, you have it for a reason and for a purpose. And the other thing is, so you know what you have, and then you need to understand the opposite, what everyone else has or what they don't have. That way you can truly be able to realize your worth or what you have or your purpose. And in doing that, seeing what you have, you can be grateful for it and thankful. And so, for instance, like myself, I don't want to go into detail or anything, but like I've had lots of difficulties in my life, and alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, you know, I could never be more thankful. You know, my head's not in the picture. But I couldn't be more thankful for what I have, and thank you. Yeah. So and in being thankful for that, you know, for instance, there's like tons of people in this world, when you don't think about it, that they're missing things that we all take advantage, or we don't like give respect to, or we don't even think about. Like, for instance, like being able to talk and like use your ears and your eyes and being able to touch things and feel them. There's always people who are in like wheelchairs and everything. And I mean, like going through what I have, like, alhamdulillah, I couldn't even imagine like being in that situation. It's really heartbreaking, and really touches me when like how I see it, like, and you know, not supposed to be like all Muslims or something here, but you know, alhamdulillah, like Allah only gives you what you can handle. So you know, you shouldn't be what's the word? You shouldn't be like questioning why you've been like given this circumstance. So you should always be thankful and say alhamdulillah. And I actually wrote down a hadith from the Prophet, not necessarily completely relates to what I'm talking about, but I'm still going to use it. So the Prophet ﷺ once said, the Prophet ﷺ, there you go, okay. None of you truly believe until he loves for his brothers what he loves for himself. So there's two things to this. So hearing this, that none of you truly believe until he loves for his brothers what he loves for himself, doesn't mean that you're not a Muslim if you don't love for your family or your brothers and friends what you love for yourself. It's merely a sign of deficiency, like you don't have that, or you're not at that level yet. And the other thing is loving for your others what you love for yourself. Of course, one of the first things you want is that for them to love Islam and Allah and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You want them to have that religion, that strength. And then, and another thing with that, like having all those things, it helps, having all those things helps you avoid envy and seeing what other people have and wanting it for yourself. Rather, you should be doing the opposite and trying to help other people rather than wanting it all for yourself. But my point with this hadith is that, understanding this and my previous points that I said is that, you should always try and support and want the best for your family and other people in this world, because, what you have, other people might not have it, and they might not ever be able to realize that, and they're still thankful for what they have. So you should, inshallah, be grateful and try and help fill this wonderful jar. And inshallah, that's not the point, but be grateful and say alhamdulillah and want the best for everyone. And jazakallah khair. That's about it for me. I'm the greatest.
Zuzu, stop. Can we give Qasim another round of applause, please? Thank you so much, Qasim. How many people here don't understand Arabic? I know we have a few.
I understand it half.
Okay. Okay, so my grandfather is very wise in my eyes. Can you ask him if he wants to sit or stand? Oh snap! He's gonna speak in English. Do you want to sit or stand? I will. Okay. Yeah. So let me give you guys a quick background about my grandfather. He's actually going to speak in English. I didn't know. I thought he was going to speak in Arabic. He is in his 80s. He's a Palestinian refugee. He was he lived in a tent after being kicked out of Palestine, and they were sending people to different countries. Well, the bus that he was sent to took him to Jordan.
In 1948.
Yes, in 1948. So he's experienced that. He's been to a few different countries. He found his way into teaching. He went from teaching to becoming a principal. He, mashallah, has 9 kids, a mix of girls and boys. So he is a successful father. He has a bachelor's in Islamic studies. He is very, very wise. The things he says, mashallah. So I asked him if he would speak today because we can learn a lot from our elders, and I feel like we don't give them enough attention like we should. And so if we can please give him a few minutes. His voice is very weak because of his age, so if we can please.
You're going to be surprised by that.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening.
Good evening.
I like to talk in English because I know some people cannot speak Arabic or understand Arabic. So you see me old man, but you have to expect that my accent is too old too. So you excuse me for that. First of all, I start in Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of Allah, our Lord. And I am too happy to see your gathering here in this occasion that dua invited for this occasion, and I have a chance now to congratulate Dua for her birthday and for the action she assembled and planned for the needy people in this world. I think that it is good from you and from Dua to make this thing for the needy people. So I encourage you, especially the young people of you, to work hard in this life for this purpose. And may Allah reward you in the day after for this by giving you a good place in paradise. And now I encourage you more if you attend the other people, non-Muslim people. And I like to tell the non-Muslim people, I mean the Jews and the Christian people, that I have good news for them. They have good news that Allah mentioned in the Quran. The Quran is the book that revealed on Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam after Musa and Isa, after Moses and Jesus. That book is the book for the whole world. It was the mercy of the whole world, from human being and from the genie and from all the creatures Allah creates. And then I tell you in this reward is mentioned in the Quran for this non-Muslim people. If you write it down in chapter 28 in the Quran, chapter 28, the verses from 50 to 55, telling that these people, if they are believing in their book, the Bible, I mean the Bible, if they are believing in their book, and they are believed in the other book, the Quran, they will be rewarded 2 rewards in the year after from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One for believing of their book, and the other for believing of the other book, the Quran. And I hope that that will be useful to make guidance for them to enter paradise and have these words. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Thank you guys so much for lending your ears to him to speak. Obviously, years ago, when he would speak, he had a strong voice and everything. So it means a lot that you guys are patient with him. And you know, not all of us are in the medical field, but I see old people all the time at the hospital. It's a friendly reminder that we are all going to be like that one day, whether we like to remember it or not. That's our future. Walking slowly, talking slowly, taking your time to think.
That's normal for 81 years.
Exactly, it's normal for 81. So we have to remember that. So thank you guys so much. He's not gonna know right now that we're clapping for him, but let's give him a round of applause. He very recently, by the way, memorized the Quran, so he's still on the grind. So yeah, how you guys treat others and how you treat your elders, it's how you're gonna be treated one day. So inshallah, one day you guys will be in your 80s speaking, and inshallah you guys will get a round of applause after round of applause for that. Our next speaker is interesting because she refused to tell me what she wanted to say. Her name is Priyanka Reza. I have no idea what she's about to say, so apologies from now.
Well, now you know Dua didn't pay me to say any of this.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
I'll take one of your pins. Because you talked about money. She's going to pay you.
Hey, no. Someone take his pin. He said the word. Backfire, huh? All right, how are you guys tonight? Good. Doesn't sound so good. All right. A little better. Thank you.
Sorry, they're just stealing my $3.
Okay, so as Dua said, I haven't mentioned what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about two different things. The first thing I just wanted to briefly mention is the theme humanity. I'm not as inspirational as Tasneem Maluli, Rayan Sukari, and Qasim Jawhar, the greatest. And of course, our grandfather over here, he was the most inspirational tonight because it showed that age doesn't mean anything and knowledge is endless. So back to humanity. Humanity is definitely not a separate entity from us. Humanity starts within us. So humanity isn't just donating money. It's not just keeping up with the political climate. It's about learning what it is and putting these habits into action. So humanity, of course, we all know comes from being kind, humble, helping others, etc., etc. We know what it is, but how many of us actually exercise what we know? So, I hope that you guys definitely take that out of this event and challenge yourself to practice humanity within yourself. I'm not going to go on about any more inspirational things because I'm not that great at it, but I'm going to do a little something different from other people. I wrote a cute little poem for Dua. Yeah. It's really cheesy because she loves cheese. She loves it. She's like the cheesiest person I know.
Okay, put me on blast.
Yeah. Artichoke. So there's, one or two insiders in the poem, and if you guys don't get it, just ask Dua about it later. But before I recite this little cute poem for her, I just wanted to tell you guys that truly from the bottom of my heart, I think she's the most selfless person.
I agree.
And of course you guys know that because look at her birthday event. She donated it to humanity. Most of us are just waiting for our birthdays to come out so we can get the new shoes, new clothes, new games, whatnot. But this is amazing, Dua. Dua, thank you so much for putting this together and bringing us all together to do something for humanity. Dua is definitely one of my closest friends, and I have seen her struggle. I'm not going to sit here and talk about it, but she has gone through a lot. Don't be fooled by her smile. She is great at being a happy person, but it doesn't mean that everything in her life is unicorns and rainbows. She works very hard for everything. Very, very hard. And she is definitely one of the most dedicated, responsible, ambitious person I know. And that's what inspired me to write this cheesy poem for you.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to go ahead and recite it. So Dora, this is for you. She brings a bright smile to everyone's face. Her footsteps of kindness and ambition inspires us to follow her pace. Even when the going gets dark, she always knows how to ignite a spark. I found a friend that lends me a shoulder whenever I need to cry, and she never fails to give me words of wisdom that makes the journey of life seem as easy as pie. So when motivation is a little scarce, click on Instagram and find the hijabi nurse. From the hospital to the gym, she brings her hardest game. Reaching for the stars is even lower than her aim. She's the queen of jokes. Just ask her about her artichokes. If you love her as much as I do, then let's help Dua reach her goal and bring humanity together as a whole. And that's all I have to say. So I'm going to stop the rhyme before it becomes a crime.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Dua. Wow. Oh, no.
You guys know the drill. Round of applause for Priya. I should have known when she said she wasn't going to tell me what she was going to say. That she was going to be nothing more than an artichoke. So,
Just ask her about the artichoke later.
I'll explain it later.
You'll regret it, but ask
Yeah,
her.
you'll regret it. It's really dumb. But thanks for laughing along anyway. We're going to go ahead and break for food. Is everybody hungry?
Yeah.
It's a party starter. Okay. We're gonna break for food, and we will come back after for raffle prizes, games, breaking the piñata, and Zep Before we end this YouTube live, I'm gonna bring the camera around. One last chance. Does anybody not want to be on Facebook Live?
I want to be on YouTube.
Sorry, YouTube.
Okay, so
Do you want to come here? It's just really little. Okay, go.
I have a friend on Snapchat. She was actually friends with Nabra. And so she watched all that and she wanted to say thank you, like deep down, sincerely from her heart.
Oh my god.
I just wanted to let you guys know that she saw that and she appreciates everything and the fact that you guys are here. So
Wow.
that's all I wanted to say.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing that.
Where's the card? I didn't get to sign it. I found it.
What?
Who has it? Really? No, I just got it right now.
Okay, I'll give her. Guys, say hi to YouTube. There's the piñata. It is a cupcake. You're so annoying. Okay. These are the boxes, you guys, of the clothes that we're gonna donate. This is all clothes that we're going to be donating to the needy people. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody who did donate. Food is right here. First thing on the menu is that little girl. So we're going to break for food, you guys, and then we'll be back when it's time to do the raffle so you guys can see that. Just show you guys the dessert. I didn't even know that they were going to bring desserts, honestly. So that's that. Say hi.
You have to lift it up.
Oh my god.
All right, you guys, I'm going to end this YouTube live now because we're gonna break for eating. If you missed the beginning of this YouTube live broadcast, then go ahead when I'm done and watch it because it explains everything that's happening right now. It's gonna take too long to explain, so just go back in and watch that, and I'll put in the description what this was all about because I know you guys are confused. And yeah, I'm gonna go live again when it's time to do the raffle prizes and the games. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in just a little bit. Take care. Bye.